You thought question number 2 was tough. Wait until you hear the next one. Before you even try to answer question number 3, pay attention. This is one of the most revealing questions USCIS officers ask. It's not just about the date, it's about how well you know your spouse, how your relationship developed, and if your story is believable. One small mistake here can trigger more follow-up questions, increasing your stress and risk. Good morning. Please sit down. Today, I will ask you about your first date with your spouse. Remember, I am not a lawyer. This video is for practice only. For legal advice, consult an immigration attorney. Are you ready to begin? Question number 3. Where and when did you go on your first date? Please answer in English. Now, listen carefully. Most people fail this question because they give overly long answers, add unnecessary details, sound rehearsed.
Here's the first key tip. Your answer must be structured, concise, and believable. Break it into 3 parts: where you went, what you did, how you ended the date. Short, clear, and natural. Here's a first example. We went to a small Italian restaurant in downtown in May 2019. We talked about movies and hobbies while eating dinner. After dinner, we walked around the park nearby and said goodbye at the entrance. Notice the structure: location, activity, ending. Short, precise, believable.
Officers often ask follow-up questions immediately, like, what did you order? What did you talk about first? Who paid the bill? You need ready but natural answers for all these.
Let's practice answering variations. Version 2. We went for coffee at a small cafe in July 2020. We sat outside and talked about our jobs and favorite books. After 2 hours, we exchanged numbers and planned our next meeting. Version 3. We went to a local carnival in August 2018. We played games, shared cotton candy, and rode the Ferris wheel. We laughed a lot and walked home together afterward. Version 4. We met for a picnic in the park in June 2019. I brought sandwiches, my spouse brought lemonade. We talked, watched people play sports, and spent the afternoon together. Notice the common thread: short sentences, simple events, one small detail to make it authentic.
Here's a trap alert. If the officer asks exact dates, do not panic. You don't need to memorize the day of the week, only the month and year.
Safe responses. I think it was late May 2019. It was around the weekend after my birthday. Early July 2020 on a Saturday. Never say, I don't remember at all. That sounds suspicious.
Pretend I am leaning forward. Serious expression. I repeat, where and when did you go on your first date? Now, answer aloud. Take 3 to 5 seconds to pause naturally. Remember, confidence matters as much as accuracy.
Here's a psychological hook. Officers sometimes ask what each of you wore. Do not overthink fashion details. One small believable element is enough. Example: I wore a blue shirt, my spouse wore a red dress.
Another common follow-up trap is, what did your spouse say first? What was your first impression? Your answers should sound honest, not rehearsed. Keep them short, 1 or 2 sentences maximum.
Let's practice a full answer with follow-ups. Question: where and when did you go on your first date? Answer: we went to a small Italian restaurant downtown in May 2019. We talked about movies and hobbies while eating dinner. After dinner, we walked around the park nearby and said goodbye at the entrance. Follow-up: who paid? We split the bill equally. Follow-up: what did your spouse wear? A casual red dress. I wore a blue shirt. Follow-up: what was your first impression? I thought my spouse was very friendly and easy to talk to.
Notice how every answer is structured, calm, and concise. This is exactly how officers expect responses. Simple, authentic, confident.
Practice another scenario. Question: Where and when did you go on your first date? Answer: We went to the local fair in August 2018. We rode the Ferris wheel and shared cotton candy. We walked home together after the carnival ended. Follow-ups: Who paid? We shared the cost. What did you talk about? We talked about our favorite movies and school experiences.
Advanced tip. Officers are listening for consistency. Later, they may ask this question again or phrase it differently. You must remember facts without sounding scripted.
Practice simulation. Answer slowly. Pause 2 seconds between sentences. Smile naturally if comfortable. End with a summary sentence. And that's how our first date went.
Perfect. Now, imagine pressure scenarios. Officer asks about the weather that day. Officer asks about menu items. Officer asks about time you left the date. Use the same structured approach. Short, factual sentences with one believable detail.
Hook. Your confidence signals honesty, even more than details. Pauses matter. Tone matters. Small, natural details matter.
Final exercise. Combine all elements into a single answer. Where and when you went, what you did, ending the date. One small detail. Short follow-up answers. Answer now, aloud. Take your time, breathe.
Excellent. Now you're practicing advanced strategies for question number 3. Tomorrow, we will cover question number 4. How long did you date before you decided to get married? It has timeline traps and consistency checks that are even more challenging.
Remember, practice this answer at least 5 times aloud before your interview. Use short pauses, maintain calm tone, and include one believable detail.
The more natural it feels, the more confident you will appear. Good luck.